Hi guys, so we're back for the first training session of 2023. Just realised that it's kind of been that long since we've done the last one. So the last one was a chest session pre-shoulder op. And so yeah, the shoulder op went well. Still kind of feeling it just now though. So I'm still within the 12-week recovery period post-op. So things are still feeling a little bit tight. I haven't been able to train chest properly for the past 2 weeks, but it's getting there, and I'm back up to the 290s now body weight. So the physique's come back relatively quickly, which is good. Probably a recovery I didn't expect to go this well. I imagine that hopefully with a little bit more physio, a little bit more time, the shoulders should be ready to go back up to 100% training. I'm still undecided what I want to do this year as well, so I don't know if I want to compete. I don't know if I want to just take the year off. It's more than likely it's going to be the latter. Just because, I mean, I'm a super heavy, so you can never be too big. So I think just like from a mental standpoint, it's probably better if I just take the rest of the year off, put on as much size as I possibly can, know that the shoulder's good to go, and then kind of take it from there and see what shows are kind of running probably mid 2024. So that's kind of what's going through my head just now, but it's what it is. We're just kind of take it as it comes. So also that time I had a hair transplant as well, so hence the shaved head and all that sort of stuff. So I had to take a bit of time for that. I had to take, I couldn't train too hard, to avoid sweating. So that was another bit of time out as well. But I kind of wanted to fit that into my shoulder recovery anyway. So it all seems to have timed well. It's just a case of just being a little bit frustrated with not being able to get back up to 100% immediately. But I mean, I'm asking a lot of my body by doing that. So I do think that we're probably going to see me back to 100% in the next couple of months or so. But we'll see. Anyway, as for today, we're training legs today, and legs is still the session we can train at 100%. I can train back at 100% as well. I just have to be very, very careful as to what kind of angles I'm using, but the leg session hasn't suffered at all. So we're still going to be using maximal weight, maximum intensity for this session. So that's why I wanted to get it filmed and show you the setup. So since the new year, I stripped my leg volume completely back. So we're now only doing 5 working sets across 5 exercises, so 1 working set per exercise. That's all we're doing. We're not doing any intensifiers, we're not doing any drops, no clusters, no rest pauses, nothing. It's just pure train to failure. And I've noticed already, just since this probably late January, getting back into training, some big changes with my legs. So my legs look rounder, fuller, and a little bit more denser as well. So it's definitely benefit me just now. So will we have to throw in things like that down the line? Maybe. But at this moment in time, we're just going to keep it as it is. There's no point in taxing my system, my CNS further, just to kind of brag as to how intense I can train legs. So if they're growing off minimal work, then that's going to be the best scenario. So also, we don't want to impede the other sessions as well. We don't want to drag energy from the sessions that matter, such as chest and shoulders, which is trying to make the most progress to my physique. So if we've trained legs so hard that it impairs my recovery down the line or later that week, then that's not going to be of advantage to me. So yeah, so legs today, and hopefully pick up a few things. Same exercises as before as the last. Actually, have we done the hack? I don't think we've done the hack squat since we've got it. So new hack squat late last year, Arsenal hack squat from America. So it's a brilliant machine. It's the best hack squat I've ever used. So trying to rinse that as much as possible. So worked up to 8 plates 2 weeks ago. We done a deload week last week, just because we were both kind of feeling that kind of way where recovery was starting to be a little bit impaired, appetite was starting to go, motivation was starting to drop, so, and just kind of sore all the time, shoulder was playing up, so I decided to pull a deload week last week. And I do feel fresh today, feel good today, so hopefully this session is going to be a productive one. But obviously, we'll just play it by ear. Even with things like the hack squat and horizontal, you're still bracing quite hard, so I'm grabbing the machine for dear life, so that does put a lot of tension to my shoulder, but it seems to have held up okay since I was able to train 100% as of late January. So we'll crack on today and see what happens. So like I said, we're going to do 5 exercises. So the first one, as always, is going to be leg extension. And then we've actually switched up the order a wee bit since we last shot a leg day. So we're going to the line, plate loaded curl afterwards, and then the hack, and then the horizontal, and then again, seated, another hamstring exercise with the seated curl, a pause seated curl. So the reason for doing that is trying to almost limit the poundage that we're using on the hack. We're still using a lot of weight, but if we don't pre-exhaust with two, not necessarily pre-exhaust, but we don't do those two first, the kind of weight I think I'll be using in the hack squat is going to be just a little bit too risky. So not that 8 plates isn't risky, but we're trying to obviously mitigate a few things. So that's what we're starting to do now. Put a little bit more emphasis on hamstrings, because we were doing a little bit of hamstrings post-back, so we're not doing that anymore. We're now doing a little bit more shoulders post-back. So I thought it'd be programming-wise better to put the leg curl in second, and then the hack horizontal seated curl. It actually makes it feel like the session goes faster, because when you're on the hack, you've still got 3 exercises to go before. Now it's only 2, so it kind of makes the session feel like it's not as daunting. It's still pretty daunting though. But yeah, so that's the order we're doing things now. So yeah, 1 working set, probably aim 12 to 20 reps, just depending on where we're gonna go today. Obviously, like I said, we deloaded last week, so today's numbers might be a bit skewed, but I'm not really too worried or upset about that kind of thing. I know exactly what is gonna stimulate the leg, stimulate the quad, so there's no issues with particularly hitting particularly big numbers or big reps. So as long as we're kind of doing a lot of work, a lot of stimulus, taking it to failure, maybe a force rep in there as well. That's all we need to do just now anyway. Like I said, legs seem to be growing off what we're doing, so why mess with that formula if it's working? Why? We don't need to do more work if it's unnecessary. So it's kind of a habit that I've kind of fallen into in the past, thinking, right, well, I'm recovering after 2-3 days after doing legs, so let's throw more into the mix. When in reality, that's probably not giving me more leg, it's just giving me more stress and fatigue, so yeah.
Come on, easy one. Right one. Yeah, and again, come on. Up. Okay. Easy. Come on, you go there. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Come on. Second. Done. Oh, we get out. Okay. Come on. Moving. Get up. Oh, get up. Good. Again. Right. Come on, like you. Like you. Up. Right. One more. Right more. Everything. Get up. Hold on.
So we'll do, again, 1 working set, ideally above 12 reps. And then Chris is going to come in for a force rep, and then we're going to do a negative as well, a force negative. So he's going to throw the weight up, and I'm going to control it as much as I possibly can. And then that'll be the set done. Yep. Okay. Here we go. Yep. Good lad. Easy. Right. Okay. Up. Good. Down up. Okay. Get up. Come on, kid. Working now. Up. Good lad. And again. Okay. Come on, man. Right up. Yes. Okay. Come on in. Let's go. Up. Oh. Negative coming. And up. Up. Go on. Good lad. Right. Up. Good. Yeah. Right. Good again. Right. Right. Yep. Right. Yep. Right. Oh, yes. Go. Up. Again. Go. Dig up. Yeah, coming. Hey! All the way, go! Down. So yeah, since we got the hack squat, I've not done barbell squats since, so that was late last year. But I can't put any kind of, I can get my shoulder there fine, but see if I was to like load a heavy bar on my back, that'd be too painful. So, because it's still not quite got the mobility yet to get behind the bar. So this hack's perfect, so I can also hold the handles here. I just need to watch. You might see how my right hand, I'm not properly gripping it. If I put too much tension, I find it hurts my shoulder. So you'll see like a few like fingers raised up. That's purely just to remind myself not to grip too hard. So that's all I'm doing there. But ideally, in an ideal world, you want to create as much torque as possible by keeping everything tight up through the top. So I hate Metcons, but that platform is quite slippy, and I can't have too much heel when I squat. That's why I don't squat in shoes. So these are the next best thing.
Shit. Come on. Come on. Power. Here we go. Yep. Ooh, easy. Good. Again. Right. Right on me. Good. Come on. And up we get. Easy. Again. Yeah. Good lads. Come on, then. Like red. Let's go. Explode. Yeah. Easy one. Hold it. Come on. There. Come on. Oh. Nice.
Hit the fucking song perfectly. Love when I do that.
So Chris is going to do a superset between hack and leg press. So we have to limit, because Chris has got a quad tear. We're trying to limit as much poundage as possible, but while still stimulating the leg. So this is what I've spoken about in previous videos about how there's so many ways to skin a cat, and Chris is the way to demonstrate this just now. So what we're going to do is hack squat 15 reps, 5s and 3s, so 5-second negatives, 3-second positives, and do the exact same on the leg press immediately after. 15 reps, 5s and 3s. So the 5s and 3s I got from Patrick Chur, so just obviously give a bit of credit there, but we'll make this a superset, so it's pretty fucking brutal, but like I said, it seems to be working, so that's the main thing. Right, ready?
Yep. Here we go. Good. 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 Yes, come on in. Right. Good. More. Ah. There we go. Good. Oh. Smooth and come on, again. Good. Right, that's up. Right. Yeah, halfway. Yep. Whole thing. Let's go. Yep. Yeah, 12. Easy go.
Out. Yeah. That's you. One working set again. Still aiming to get above 12 reps for everything. Got 9 on the hack, but that's obviously coming off the back of a deload, so that's pretty common. That's pretty standard procedure with that, where feel fresh enough to do a little bit more weight, but then obviously you sacrifice a few reps on that front, so but still felt class. But yeah, I'm going to do the same weight as I did last time. Still shooting for 12 plus. I think I got 13 last time, so I think I got a streak of 13s in that session, which is concerning, but so let's go try and beat this time.
You ready, boy? Walk at me. 2, 1. Nice you. Let's go in. Right. Good. Easy. Breathe. Good. Again. Up. Good, mate. Again now. Here we go. Turn. Again. Yes. Come on. Go fucking in. Get the line back on. Legs are still there. Let's go. Right. Up. Easy. Again. Come on. Move there. And up. Come on. Get it. All the way. Control it. Breathe.
Take a breath,
Come on. 1, 2, 3.
Right, so last one we're going to do paused seated leg curl. So by pausing at the top, we're trying to overload the lengthen position. So we've already done everything with regards to the shorten position. So that's pretty wiped now. So the aim of the game, hamstring wise, is to tax the lengthen position as much as possible. So by adding a pause at the top, that allows us to tax the top. So that's how we're going to finish off the session, finish off hamstrings. With one working set, 12 plus reps, and just rinse the hamstrings from that point as well. So.
Come on, again. And there we go. Still there. Good, make it up. Good. And again. Reset. Good. Hold there. Yep. Right. Good again. Right. 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 Come on. Right. One.
Rinse one more.
So that wraps up legs. So as you can see, it's just a bare bones volume just now. I'm not doing any intensifiers or anything like that. Well, Chris is, just to kind of compensate for his quad tear. But I'm going to keep it that way for the time being. Number one, I'm enjoying it. Number two, seeing good results from it as well. So I don't feel as ruined for the rest of the week doing it this way. So plus the food. So I got up to 6,700 calories at the end of my last off season. Well, not last off season, but pre-op. And I kind of consider myself not quite in off season yet, just because I can't train properly. So I'm sitting at just over 5.5 just now, which still is a lot of food, but it's still not enough to accommodate the usual kind of volume and work that I do training wise. So until I'm back up to that point, I'll probably just leave legs as it is. Like I said, they're looking better, they're performing better. I'm my all-time strongest ever with my legs. So in my opinion, I don't need to change anything just now if I'm getting all the results from it. I'm not getting any kind of pain. I'm getting DOMs for maybe about a day, bad DOMs, and then after that, I'm pretty clear after that. So my recoverability right now is still sky high. The sessions are still insanely productive, and most importantly, seeing the results as well. So I'm going to keep the leg volume as is for now. And then hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, hopefully by May, everything's firing 100% again. We can get a little bit more footage and a little bit more run-throughs of the training just now. So one of the changes I made coming into the new training, post-op, is doing shoulders every upper body day. So we're doing shoulders on Monday, Thursday and Friday. So we've got our shoulder session on the Thursday, complete shoulder session, a little bit of triceps. Monday we're doing one movement, and with back, on Friday we're doing two movements. So I'm just trying to get as much blood into the shoulders as possible. I'm not trying to break them down. I'm not trying to do any kind of considerable weight. I don't care. If anything about that injury last year and having to get a surgery has taught me is to kind of back away from the heavy upper body stuff. I've proved how strong I am. If some of you have followed me on YouTube for a while now, you've seen the level of strength I've built up to, like 4 plates and incline bench, 80k dumbbell incline press, 190 decline bench. So I don't need to prove how strong I am now. It's not facilitating any more growth. All it's doing is causing injuries and pain. So taking myself back from that, doing a little bit more in terms of volume. And prior to the shoulder op as well, I've seen excellent results from doing that. So we're gonna hopefully get back to that point by May. But we'll see. I'm not trying to put any timelines on it. I feel if I put a timeline on it, I'm going to be disappointed if I'm not where I want to be at the end of that timeline. So we're just kind of taking it session by session, week by week, and going from there. So hope you enjoyed this, guys. And remember, I do all the social media stuff. And speak to you soon.